Those are the screaming fans of pop country boy band On the Outside during their first live show back in over a year. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, On the Outside and many other performers were unable to tour and perform live shows.
It basically just put a giant pause on everything we had worked for, and it was like we had to take a year hiatus almost and focus on other things and one another and ourselves.
Dawson Huckabee is a vocalist in the group. They have been together since 2019 and are described as if One Direction were to have a love child with Dan and Shay. Like other artists, jumping back into performing after being away from it for so long was difficult, but On the Outside has their fans to thank for making it easier for them.
The difference between the things that our fans are actually doing for us is actually mind-blowing compared to what was happening before COVID.
Dawson says that their fans are excited now more than ever with the return of live music. Frequent concert goers were left with no escape during the last year or so since artists were unable to perform live shows. So it's no surprise fans of On the Outside were excited to see them perform on stage again.
There's been a lot of rough stuff that happened over that year that wasn't even just COVID. And to see like a lot of the same faces and also some new ones too, even though we haven't been performing live for a year, was crazy for me to like see and acknowledge. And I think that made me like really so much more thankful for the band I'm in and the fans we have.
Fans of On the Outside have stuck by their side during this past year, even while they haven't been performing live. Dawson and the band say that their fans are working and promoting them continuously and would give anything for their success. From streaming their music, to watching their TikToks and Instagram lives, to even going out of their way to widen their fan base.
If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be doing this.
The return of live music has been beneficial in many ways. Not just for artists, but for their fans as well.
Concerts were a huge part of my life, and not being able to go to one kind of brought my spirits down a little bit.
Afton Zemke is a concert junkie and will go to any show that comes into town, so not being able to attend one for over a year really took a toll on her. But with the return of live music, fans all over are experiencing a greater appreciation towards local gigs and concerts.
When COVID hit, we weren't able to go to concerts, so you kind of take it for granted almost because we didn't have that before, and now everything is kind of going back to normal.
A lot of artists and fans have taken to social media to express on seeing change in the audience during live performances pre-pandemic versus post.
I think a lot of people now, compared to before the pandemic, are trying to just live in the moment and live their best lives. Because of COVID, we couldn't do that before, and now everyone is just trying to have the best time they can.
While some artists and venues are requiring COVID vaccines or negative tests and mask wearing, that doesn't stop the many diehard fans and frequent concert attendees from going. Attending live shows has a great effect on many fans. For some, it is the place they feel the most alive and carefree.
That's like a moment of pure bliss for most humans. Yeah. It's just to be in an environment with a bunch of people who probably are similar to you in ways because they enjoy the same stories and the same music and the same atmosphere that you do.
The return of live music after the last year without it has sparked a renewed joy in the artists performing and the fans attending. Fans are selling out shows, filling up venues, and buying merch. The feeling many missed is now back, and both the musicians and their fans hope it never leaves again. For Dragon Radio, I'm Katie Bartnick.
When two lives collide.